Wait, come on, you and Max going? Oh yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, yeah, he goes over there. Huh? Oh, you mean the book? We can start.
My fastest swim of the year. 15 seconds before 10. My partner was airport like that. Where's the phone? To the bathroom. Where's the 8? Down 8:44.
Great.
I come back. I took one. That was a hair thing. On the hair. That was both people. Okay. Table two, later. Close. Yeah. Right. Which makes it pretty big. Friday the 13th.
Yeah. What? Hey, mama, look at that, mama. Look at that, mama. Yeah, mama. What else was it? I don't know, man. Fast forward. Yeah, mama. Don't even let me get by. You want me to see that shit. No, no, no.
What?
Yes. Flip.
Thank you, Deb. And yeah,
Talking into the spot.
he said that if we could adjust the second game.
Oh, you think we play pretty even over it?
I was like, man.
You want to play? It's a ton of money to me. He won the break. Good luck. Steve.
Bauer?
I thought you said tap.
I figured it'd be up.
Uh, check. Check this audio. We have started, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to take a bet on this match, do so amongst yourselves. We worked this match out in the past 3 hours. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you out there?
Hello.
Yeah, Mike, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I thought you were. Well, I seen you were like trying to make a game over there, so I thought maybe you were like playing in the event as well.
Nah, it's like 30 minutes from my house, and I am a TAP member, and my whole plan was to play in the
They got minis or something.
well, they got minis and stuff overnight, but they do the national singles tournament too. And so my plan was to play in that, but then you got to get X number of weeks in before like the end of September actually. And I kind of screwed up on my end. my team didn't play this summer, and I thought I would have time after the summer to get weeks in. Just kind of basing it on when the event was. And unfortunately, I was wrong about that. I mean, they put the information out there real well. I just didn't get it quite the way that I should have, and so unfortunately wasn't able to play in the singles event.
To
But
qualify, yeah.
yeah, exactly. But I can play. They're doing overnight minis, and I can play in those. But work's been a little bit goofy with start times this week, so we had breakfast with my granddaughter this morning and stuff like that. So I try to be a responsible degenerate gambler. If I'm gonna stay out late, I usually don't have anything in the morning. So I thought I was clear, but there's something on my calendar in the morning, so I don't think I'm gonna go out there tonight. So I really think tomorrow might be my only shot. I might go out there for a little bit just to socialize and whatnot, but yeah, it's only about 30 minutes from my house. She wanted to knot that seven ball up, and she didn't do bad, but he might be able to move it and bump her eight out of the way, but she didn't do bad. So we got a little even race to 15, huh?
Yeah. She's a 508. He's a 515. I mean, maybe she's supposed to be getting a couple games because her and Nick Shiro played a couple sets and he
We're gonna
spotted
find out
her
what happens with
three.
that seven right here.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think he could get the seven in, but I thought he could at least push the eight over. So he didn't do bad there.
What's up, Derek Reynolds?
This is tough. She's just trying to kick the seven, the 8-7 combo in. I think there she had some separation from the eight, and really kind of at that point off the rail, you got to try that bank in the bottom right. But she tried to win the table a little bit from there, and the bank was definitely tough. Um, Jake still also has to get out, and he's going to be weary about moving that seven ball. I think you might see him playing a safety right here. I don't know exactly Jake's style of play. I mean, I know his skill level okay, but there's some people that definitely wouldn't have tried to lock them up there, and they would have just kept swinging. She tried to curve over into the eight and didn't quite get there. I
Man,
think
you
right
got
there you got to kick into that eight. Go at it thin, and you either call it in the side pocket or you call it in the top left corner there. So you got Jake saving the six ball to get onto the eight. He's got the nice little angle to come across the rail and get back. Overrolled it just a little bit, but it's just a good shot to still come across the side rail and back out. A little bit of inside, you don't even have to cut it real heavy or load up on
ouch.
the inside. He did there though. Let the inside get him a little bit, it looks like. Well, not usually. He overcut it. So usually when you're loading up with the inside like that, you're more likely to chunk it. And so he just missed.
So,
I, I think the right shot is just to push the cue ball straight on top of the eight, so it's
Um,
totally
it's
jacked
not
up.
Yeah, it's not a bad shot. But see, I like going for it like that. And the only reason that I say, um, so you're pushing the 8 to the rail, right? So the next shot for Jake, all he has to do, he doesn't have to make it, and he's probably not going to make it. He's going to roll the cue ball to the opposite end rail. So then she's going to end up having that distance, and then he can do a lot of things to control an off angle bank and some of those things. Now, worked out real well for the what I was going to say is once you go for it, you're at risk for losing. And really, Jake should have won that game 2 and 3 times over. So, we're going to see a lot of missed balls. We're going to see a lot of good runouts. It's going to be a nice little variant.
So we have a game tonight after this. Basically, we're just gonna play this set and then probably head over to Icebreakers unless we do decide to play 2 sets, but probably not. The problem here is I can only be here till X amount of time and then a pool league comes in. So if I did
Oh, they
anything
used
else
everything
here,
tonight.
yeah, I would have to move over to table 8 or something. And I told Dunbar we would play this game, so Dunbar's going to give her a nice spot.
Yeah, what are they going to bet us at?
500.
Yeah, I heard Dunbar's been looking.
Well, I said I'll let you play her with this spot, and we bet 500. So
I don't know nothing from nothing.
we probably asked you.
No, I never spoke to him specifically at all. This was third party crap.
Play the 13.
I got my split bracket coming up next week.
Yeah, Mike, I've seen the flyer for that a bunch, obviously, but I'm tied up. Where are you doing
Yeah,
that
no,
at?
I know. Frank's in Morgantown.
I'm not familiar with that at all. What kind of room how's that layout, all that stuff?
Well, they used to have almost all 9-footers, but now they have 6 9-footers and 6 bar tables.
That's a
So
nice room.
like, so they wanted to like. So if you think about that configuration, it's hard to do a big field because you're
Sure. Six is tough.
without mixing tables.
Right.
So I said, well, we can do a split bracket, and I can have the high players play on the big tables. So
Oh, is that how you're doing it?
that's what we're doing.
That's pretty cool.
And then when the final four come together, it's going to be all bar tables because
Okay.
whoever comes from the low side it may not even be remotely comfortable playing on big tables. And obviously, the people that come from the high side are the best of the best of the big table.
Yeah, and I mean
And
the
then I
way I
think
look
it
at it with
favors
any
the bar
tournament,
table player.
Um, eh, I think it always favor if it's handicapped correctly. The the better player is still supposed to have a slight edge, just because they're the better player. At least
Yeah,
that's my
yeah,
belief. But what I like, what I'll say is, I don't care what format tournament you're running. If you're playing 10 ball, if you're playing doubles, I don't care what it is. And in this case, you're doing what um doesn't ever happen and playing on two different, not only two different tables, but two different table sizes. But hey, if it's on the flyer, people can go or not go.
yeah. All
And
the information is
I
there.
think,
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's going to be fun. Yeah, I don't think you can be mad at that at all. And like you said, you can't do a ton with six. I mean, really, 32 ish players for a tournament is the most you want to run with six, and even that's going to take some time.
yeah. That's going
So
to be 32 on the low side, and I'm doing 24 on the high side.
right, so now you double the room's usage, and the room's full, the room's happy. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So if you guys are on that list, and you can do me a favor, get your prepayments, and that would solidify the lineup. Because I want to, if people don't want to play, I want to know so I can fill the other spots. Because there's people that want in, so should be pretty interesting. I mean, there could be a pretty good amount of money in the Calcutta for that. This area really hasn't had too many slip brackets, so a lot of people don't really understand uh, if it's done right. The low players that are very competitive, I mean, they go for as much as the high players do.
Sure, sure. I mean, there are still such things as, you know, take a good five or a good four or a good three or whatever. It doesn't make them a four or five or a six, but just makes them good for that number, good for that race.
Right, right. Ouch.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be the thing that we're going to watch some of today. It's really looks like it might be a matter of just who plays better. And I mean that's the case with most sets when most people match up. Um but we're not going to see those massive runouts. We might see a couple table runs, but where both of them, and I expect Jake to get out from right here, but where both of them are more than capable of getting out from right here, we might see the cue ball run. You might see the cue ball run on top of the eight or run a little bit past and make the shot harder. And, kind of like the first game where Jake was supposed to get out, made a mistake. And we're going to see some of that. And, hey, but what I like here is a matchup with two people that are pretty evenly matched, and they're both trying to see who's going to win today.
I also got a Thanksgiving tournament I'm doing. Hopefully, it doesn't interfere in anything you're doing. Maybe you come down for it. But at Shark Bites, we're going to do the classic night before Thanksgiving race to two. Cheaper entry, do a Calcutta, let everyone play, and run till you're done on 8 diamond
Sure,
tables. So put that
sure.
on your calendar. I mean, they do stuff like that all over the place, but
Oh,
the
it's
the one down south is pretty big, and it's always going to be big. But for the people that don't want to go down south, that are Northeast Ohio, that are Akron, Canton, I mean, I could see a lot of people coming out to that.
I bet by the time we get, and I mean, at this point, we really should start seeing more. But by the time we really start seeing all the Thanksgiving flyers, just the northern half of the state will have at least 10 Thanksgiving tournaments, right? Um, and that's a good one on Wednesday. So absolutely, if you're in the area and you want to play, nice little 2-2 race. It's a good tournament. I miss when Cromer ran his Thanksgiving tournament. and
Oh
he
yeah,
ran into
yeah,
the Clarion. There were 28 tables there, I think, and it was open 559 ball. And I mean, he'd draw 100 players for it. And just between, not very many venues being able to hold that many, and then the fact that he had the advantage of being the only game in town, right? When you're the only game in town and you're going to draw that type of number, it's fantastic. And then everybody started saying, well, hey, I can get 30 at mine and have it be a nice tournament, and they can, you know. So it's diluted the pool a little bit. There's not one real big Thanksgiving tournament around here anymore that's, when I say around here, I'm going to say the northern half of Ohio, but
yeah,
there are a bunch of nice ones.
yeah. I see Matt's doing one on Thanksgiving evening.
Yeah, and that's what Matt's been doing that for a lot of years. He kind of he's I think it's been, I think he did it at Zippy's once, and I could be wrong there about that. I know Zippy's did one. I can't remember if Matt was involved with it, but I mean, he did it at Rack Time a couple of times. He did it in Finley at Avenue Q a couple times, and now he's running the ale house there in Bowling Green. And I mean, they've got 10 Predator tables in there, and then they've got 3 valleys for league that they use, and it's a good space of food, beer, all that good stuff. And so he's ran it there the last couple Thanksgivings, and it's still been a nice field.
Laney Siebert, what's happening?
Yeah, so we'll see a little bit of back and forth between these two. Nice break to open everything up, so that's gonna work well for both players.
Our friend Kurt England is gonna start blowing me up. He's like, so, since Renee's playing Dunbar tonight, maybe he'll play me a race to 25 at Icebreakers tomorrow. I mean,
It's a nice little shot from Jake. That's a hell of a one ball there. Controlled. Didn't get aggressive with the cue ball at all, and then nice kick from the 8. I mean, he didn't want to get into it, but at least it rolled clear.
he's got a nice angle here. He should be fine, really, if he can just settle down and stay in a shot, make the ball, don't jump up.
Yeah, what happens here? I mean, this is a ball that you try to create a little angle from, and he didn't. he hit it real clean and just settled for what he had. Didn't like exactly what you said. Didn't try to get into it, and nice shot to get on the 8.
All right, are you guys ready? I don't think they're ready for this. Actually, I'm not ready for it, so I have to catch you on the next rack.
But yeah, Tap Nationals. I mean, they've got hell. They had a few hundred people there this week, and then there was a whole nother round of people that were coming in starting today, and
Yeah, I was trying to do that event like I mentioned to you.
yeah, I'm not sure where exactly happens with that, but from the pool standpoint, it looked like things were going really, really well.
There's our flyer for this evening's festivities.
Well, Unicorn looks like it's got one hell of a left hook.
I love it. The cheetah's in a speedo or something. I don't know.
Right.
It's fun that you can just do stuff like that, like with very little effort, and it doesn't take so long to make a flyer that you have an idea for anymore.
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, you just what
It's
AI
just
are you
it's
using for
it's
that?
just AI. Uh, what's it called? A Magigo, or it's like an image. They don't
Um,
do. It doesn't
what do
do
you do? You
videos.
type in like cheetah, unicorn, boxing ring, pool
Something
hall,
like
ice
that.
breakers, stuff
Yeah,
like that, and it
yeah,
builds it.
yeah. And then some. Well, you got to mess around with it sometimes because for some reason AI just does a lot of jumbling with text. So
Mm-hmm.
to get one that you want to use, you might have to generate it 10 times.
Right.
The text
Yeah.
is
So
backwards.
Jake wanted to make sure he stayed out of that top left corner, so he underhit the bejesus out of it here. If he can catch the 6, yeah, you want to catch the 6 on the other side and go down below it, but he actually didn't do god awful here. I mean, the combination goes, but there's a little cut to it. The 10 goes, but she's a little past 50. I mean, you expect her to make it, but I like to be out in the middle of the table with something hanging in the hole to start with. Should have made a nice shot to get going.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just kind of what I was talking about. I mean, we're just gonna see some misses, and she hasn't played here a ton, so getting comfortable with everything, and then just the first little bit of easing into a set.
What, Rhannee? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I'm surprised he's starting with the 7 ball. Just get with the 7, and then you're gonna move a lot of things around. Yeah, I he had the angle. He could dig into that 6 and come back down for the 7. He would have had to dig into the cue ball quite a bit, but I think the 6 was the shot. He can still be okay here. He can hit it a little thicker and go off the 14 if he wants, or just come around through like that. But he's going to be getting a jump cue out here in a second. I'm going rail first. Thing that'll get you here is if you make it, you're golden. But if you hit it a little thick, that top left corner comes into play. Yeah, he did all right though. Oh yeah, I was kind of missing that 10 up in the corner. That sure makes life a lot easier for Rhannee there. Play 13, 14, 15, 8 from here, I would assume. She might roll down to the 15 first. Nothing wrong with that.
It's kind of hard to hold the speed on that angle.
Yeah.
I mean, originally I thought the same thing as you, but
Well, I mean, tomato as far as that goes. I mean, you play to your strengths and going down to the 15, if you end up on the wrong side of it, makes it a little problematic. She's going to get in trouble there though.
you're silly. That's good, bud.
Yeah, I mean, it's just getting used to everything, and you get to the front half of a set and get those early wins, and
Well, she shouldn't even won the first game, but she did.
right.
But you're right. Both these guys are going to make those kind of mistakes at this level at times. Neither one of these guys at this speed, 500 speed, are going to make it clean out more than half the time, I would think. Although
Yeah,
they're
that's
probably
about right.
both capable of playing good at times, even such as myself occasionally. But these guys both beat me to death. But they're taking a small break, Steve.
All right, all right.
So yeah, here's here's the tonight's festivities. If this damn thing will load. So Dunbar's going to give her 7 to 15. So he can get out the house, I suppose. Dunbar never looked better. Oh, I mean, when this came up, we just cracked up laughing about it. All right, there she goes. She's back. She just had to prance around the room once, I guess. I kind of call her the unicorn because, like, it's a very rare find in many different ways. But she can play right and left-handed. As a matter of fact, she doesn't even consider it right or left-handed. She just considers it the way it feels for her in the shot.
Oh, she just hits them the same with both, huh?
Yeah. Like if it's more of that style shot for her, she'll just switch hands. And she breaks right-handed.
Channels are in there, John Moore.
I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Where's she actually from?
Illinois.
Okay.
There's a nice little spot, 5 minutes from her house, in absolute middle of nowhere, in farmland country. You're going around. I'm like, it says, like I'm watching GPS. It says this place is right up here on the right. I'm like, there ain't nothing around here. Sure enough, you get out there. There's a giant pole barn type structure with 8 diamonds in it. A bull riding mechanism, a bar and a restaurant, dirt riding tracks, like
Little
four
field of
wheel,
dreams out there, huh?
yeah, 4-wheeler tracks, like a pond, all kinds of stuff. It's called Muddy
Are you familiar?
Bottoms.
Are you familiar with that Pulaski Lounge that you see on Facebook? It's out. It's kind of Bryan, Ohio. But
I mean, I think I've seen the name before. They do tournaments or
right.
something.
Yeah, I mean, they do a little bit of everything. They got some league out, they do run leagues out of there, and I mean, but it's in a barn. But
Oh, okay.
it's nice though. It just kind of reminded me of what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got two 9-footers in there. I believe they're both diamonds. I know one of them is, but I believe they both are. And then the rest are all valleys, but they're well cared for. Ridgeback rails. They play tight for a valley. Um, and good people. That's where like the Boucher brothers. It's where they play out of, and Sky Butterfield plays some there a little bit, and
Oh,
just
okay. It's just
you know,
remote.
yeah, it is. I mean, it's an hour west of Toledo yet.
Oh, it's almost the border of Indiana, really.
It's pretty close, yeah. It might be like 45 minutes. I mean, how it's west of Swanton. You get to Swanton and you just keep going. They got some
So,
solid players there though.
yeah, so that's like 5 minutes from our house. So she goes over there and plays. It's a nice
That's
little
nice to
spot.
have.
Mackie did a game over there. We did a couple games in that area. I mean,
Yeah, I'm still
I
looking.
couldn't even stream there, dude. I had to put the
No
hot
internet, huh?
I had to put the hotspot in the window, and that was like the only way I could squeak anything out of it. Like they got Starlink out there, and Starlink is
Right,
not anything you can stream on. I mean, you can use it, but it's not like a constant, like
right.
continuous data flow. That's her main spot.
So what? She's got to be like what, 6 hours?
Yeah, it's about 6 hours. It's right off 70.
Yeah. Well, he rolled on top of over top of the 7, so he did okay. Wanted to leave that right in the hole there. He's got to be careful of what the 5 does to the 11. I don't know if he can get that to wiggle in. If the pocket will accept it, he can roll in the 11 here and then roll the 9 in and be okay. I'm just not sure if that can go. If not, he's just got to leave it sitting there. Yeah, that's it. It's going to roll away from the pocket right away. So he was in a tough spot.
I'm gonna do some promo BRB.
Well, little mistake from Rhannee there, and gonna open up Jake for a chance at 4-1.
All right, Ryan. Take care, man. I'll get on the table before it cools off. Are you coming in? No, not the wall.
All right, so Mike stepped away, but that win, Jake goes up 4-1.
Well, I'll text you.
You've heard Mike talk a little bit about it after they're done here. I guess they're gonna run over to Icebreakers, and Dunbar's gonna see if he can outrun the nuts. He's given Rhannee 7-15. A nice break from Jake there. I think I like getting after stripes, play that 13 and separate the 8-12 right now. But you can play solids and move your way into it. You can do that with the 3 ball right here. That's probably, or the 4. Yeah, I think you should have played the 3 and could have bumped that 12-8 right then. That guaranteed you the 4 to shoot at. He's looking to see if he can use the 3 to get below it without moving it now. Well, if he wants, he can take a shot at coming into that 10 and moving things around. I think he was trying to avoid doing it. It's just tough to play play down to that one zone for the 8-ball. I mean, now what he can do here, he can play that 1 and he can use the 13 as the stopper. That makes it a little easier. The fact that he doesn't have very much angle here at all makes it a little easier too. Looks like he's going, okay, he was set up the wrong way, yeah. Well, he got over there pretty well. Overcooked it just a little, but pretty manageable shot. Nice out, Jake. Well, that marks us to 5-1. Jake out of the gate really early here. Dry break there. Well, he's still looking at the table. Did I miss one? You must have made one. My mistake. Oh, yeah. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. A little cluster down by the 8-ball makes for fun decisions no matter what you do. Tried to open things up, but caused just a little more of a traffic jam. We'll play that 11-10 combination. Well, he can play the 12. He can thin the 11. 12 lets him come up into this 8-ball right now. Had to manufacture a little bit of that angle, and what he did was just a little too much top there instead of stunning that ball to the rail a little bit more. Well, from here, I like just moving below it. Yeah, I think trying to get there was tough. You really had to juice it. So um I like spinning down 2 rails below it. Nice shot from Rhannee here, but you can kind of see she clustered up those 3 balls. She had a great opportunity to send that 4 into them with a little more force and separate those 3 balls, so it's not a problem for her later. From here, Jake's got I think he's got a shot at the make, just 1 rail. And he's got his jump cue out, so if he's got visibility to it that way, sure. And with those balls being clustered down there like that, I don't have any issue with just obviously the make would have come with position, but um I just don't want to give up ball in hand. So whichever way you feel comfortable getting on that ball. Now here she can play the 4 for the make, I think. She can hit the 4 a little fuller and play another safety. Oh, the 5-7 being wired helps too. Should you play that off the 4 a little bit, or did it go right in? Oh, wired right in off the 4. Oh, and she called safe. Bummer. Okay, so Jake's going to play to the top left. It's a big chance for Rhannee to get back in this set. Yeah, it's tough. You stuck early in a set, and pressure of capitalizing on you get you, and As a player, I like seeing that. Just I mean, quite honestly, you can tell she's frustrated, and I totally understand it. I would be too, but give your opponent a lot more confidence at that point. I believe we're 6-1 at this point.
You can go ahead if you want. Shane's gonna.
I'm gonna smoke.
All right.
And I think I might have just heard Jake say he was going to run outside.
Yeah, they're taking a break. I didn't see most of it I was posting.
A little bit, a few more mistakes on both sides. I mean, Jake had now Jake did have a real nice out, I think, to get 4-1. 5-1, it was a little back and forth, and 6-1. I mean, really, the game was still kind of all Jake, but Rhannee had some chances at the table, and um, then Jake got down to the 8, and I mean, he just flat out missed it. Rhannee had 2 balls left, and she had to back cut the one in the top left, and or I'm sorry, the bottom left, and I mean, she just chunked it, and Jake had the 8 hanging in the hole, so she gave it to him, and she looks frustrated, and I don't blame her. I would be too, and I was just talking about just how much confidence that gives your opponent, though. If I were Jake, I mean, quite honestly, I think I heard him say he was the one going outside. The last thing I would do is get up at that point. I'd have, just kept my foot right on her throat. But to each their own.
Yeah, they're not taking that long.
Hey, check out my new Jacoby Custom Cue store at tvmikescues.com. Here you'll find all my extensive cue inventory, my unique one-of-one cues, pages and pages of cues to choose from. There's videos I made for each of the cues. You can also buy shafts, brake cues, and other items from Jacoby Custom Cues. Dealers and wholesalers may inquire. Always check this page for my latest inventory. Sign up for my email list. Send me a message. Thanks for the support. tvmikescues.com. All right, guys, here's a new promo of the Let's Get Streaming TV LGS application. Here's all your sections. I'm only going to show you brief tidbits of the sections. You get local channels. You get all your basic and extended channels. You get extra networks. You get Canadian channels. You get UK networks. You get all your premium movie channels. You get kids channels. You get all your wrestling, boxing, UFC pay-per-views. You get all your football, all your baseball, NBA, NHL, ESPN, you name it, racing, all these sections. You get music. You also get a full-featured VOD, which I can't really show you in this, but why get a box when you can actually get the service that the box is run on? You can run this on a mobile, you can run this on an iPad, a tablet, a computer, your Fire Stick, an Android box, whatever you want. Hit me up. It's TV Mike. Let's get streaming.
Guys, put the Thanksgiving tournament on your calendar. Actually, if you go to my page on Mike Pool, there's a link to actually technically put it on your Google Calendar. I built one. So then your phone will tell you that, hey, the tournament is coming up. It's going to be a race to two, classic style, run till you're done, as many players as come, $30 entry, $10 green fee. The tables will be open with the Calcutta. All right, we're getting back to action here. Score is 6-1. That's not looking good, but we'll see. Things have happened before. It's all about changing your mindset. Take advantage of opportunities. Thanks to Steve Bowers for sitting in here on this one. I mean, she plays good. I think like the 7-15 spot, which Dunbar was going to give her, is a really healthy spot, but she can't make silly mistakes. Got to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented. And she's capable of breaking and running, just like Jake is, but it's not going to happen very often. Um, she did play a set last night. She did have one breaking run. She might need to have some Neil Diamond on the radio.
Sorry, Mike, I'm back.
Oh, you're right.
Let's see, as conservative as Rhannee is, I'm surprised at this point because you're taking all these balls off the table for you, but you have no chance of freeing that 12 up. I think I would have pushed that last stripe right up to the pocket. And there, I'm not sure if she's, what her path was, but I don't think she was trying to make it. But you
No.
want to leave that in an area that you can move the 12 ball, and that hasn't been accomplished yet. It's tough, I mean, to move this around, and really Jake's not going to be in any better a spot.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any balls up there either by the 5.
Yeah, it's just That's a cluster. The only thing that's a little better off for Jake is that the five's potentially bankable in the bottom right. And see, that's kind of what he's going for there, is just moving something down there now. He got
Yeah,
a little closer to his work than he'd like to be.
I think that's the right shot.
Yeah, it's not bad. A couple things, you want to leave that 13 hanging in the hole, and um, you still got to fade maybe that 7 going, but I don't think that 7 goes. It might go, but it's not attractive. And she's got, I think she's got a swing here because you got a chance right down to it. Yeah, credit to her for that. It wasn't locked in, it wasn't easy, but she was definitely trying to make that 9 and bump the 5-12 apart, and then you've got the 13 up in the bottom or down in the bottom left that
Scoot
they
this
can play.
chair up. Thanks. That's interesting. I mean, I think the 9 ball is pretty available.
I'll tell you that Tate and Rhannee at 5 to 15.
Yeah, that's probably what it would need to be.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad game at all. It's not awful, but he could have done better.
I think he leaves it rail first.
Yeah, it just depends on how everything's gonna spread, right? Yeah, yeah. That's pretty good if she can come with a make here. I mean, that's gonna drift out and make the 8 playable. It's kind of where she struggled a little bit right now. She's still missed a couple shots that I know she wants back, and this would be a good one to put down. And just that touch off. I mean, that's been kind of where she is. She's not fully dialed in. Yeah, good clear there. So funny how you hit the ball. You think you hit the ball pretty good, and he lands relatively straight on the 6, with like a little more angle one or the other. But he had just enough to come up through the cue ball like that, and did well on the 8. 7-1. I tell you, Jake's been breaking the balls pretty well. A little cluster in the top left, but you're not going to blow everything wide open. But if you can get down below and either cut that one in or bank that one in, especially the bank. I mean, if it's a relatively straightforward bank, you bank it in the top right, and the cue ball come right around and clear the 9 out of there, and you do it right from here. I like it from here a whole lot. The only bummer is how straight he is on the 6, and I want to be just a little bit above the rail to do this, but he can cheat the pocket a little bit to the right. maybe not that much. But yeah, he's on the right path. And then you know, now let's say he hits it straight. The cue ball backs up a little bit. It improves the angle on the one. Now you got a big pocket here. You can swing at that 4-6 combination and break some things out.
Well, he did that. He just didn't get rewarded.
Hmm.
She doesn't have much, that's for sure. I like trying to get safe behind the nine if the path is there.
Yeah, that I mean
Off the
she's
12.
she's just in a bad way right here. Yeah, that's all you can do. But you know you're still leaving the one hanging. But yep, just come off the 12 and spin up over in that direction. She get a little fortunate and tie up that 8 ball. I'm not sure if the eight's free into the pocket.
I don't think so. Not the way it's looking. He tried to move it around a little bit. I think it made it worse.
Yeah, and I mean not to. I don't like doing this, but uh, more than likely, I'm just going to put things back in my opponent's hands. I mean, when I haven't seen them running out, I don't really want to give them the confidence to, but I also don't want to open it up and make it easy. So I'm not sure. It's just this is one of the games that Jake is absolutely supposed to lose from here. Rhannee's got to duck just a little less, but still play smart. She just got to come with a couple shots, get herself in stroke. Now, if Jake kicks something in here, and I did not realize, I thought she was or I thought he was hooked. I thought she had him a little bit, and that 8 ball goes. He's got to come with a shot, but it is playable. Yeah, I heard her say that, and I saw it coming into the 11 and thought that it might go myself. Um, but hey, wide open table. I think you start with the 11, work your way back. I start with the 11 because I'm trying to get perfect on the 15. I'm not trying to move it there, and she did really well doing it. Um, Moving it probably is the right shot. I'm just not a super big fan of moving balls that I don't have to. But from here out, she's in great shape. I mean, this is a stop shot, the 11. Then you work your way back. she wants to, she can work her way below or above for us, above those balls, and start playing them back this way. Kind of talking about moving the balls earlier. This is sort of why. I mean, she's not super congested, but she did leave it tough, and now trying to get that ball to spread properly. She did really well with it. If it didn't roll down far enough, it's still a ball that she can get to short side.
Nico, if you're watching this, man, you're really new to pool, so I can't like be like really, I don't know, judgmental on what you're saying, but people play drastically different from day to day. They can. Like if she continues playing the way she's playing here, I would play her. I'm just not I'm not kidding.
Yeah, so I mean, I assume you're going off of something you saw on Facebook, and I'll address it this way. Um, Mackie and I have played 3 times. 25-23 John, 25-23 me, and 25 I needed Jesus John the 13th.
Yeah, I think he would. Yeah, what was this? I mean,
I I honestly don't remember. It was the worst I've ever been beat in a set,
it was a bad performance.
and I promise I didn't go there to lose, right? So it happens.
And then I was like, "This is you let me fly out." That's what I said. He looks at me and laughs. It's like I was like, I'm just kidding. Play it out. I ended up throwing that. I think I won 4. Oh, I can see 2 or 3. It's like our
But much needed game from Rhannee there. She made a nice shot getting that stripe in the top right, just wedged off the 8 just a little bit. Tables breaking really well for both of them.
The second game, 3-1, and had like 2 or 3.
You know, at this point, it's just one game at a time. Weld's the odds are overwhelmingly in Jake's favor at this point, but you know, she's not gonna have any quit. You get one game, then you get another, then you get another. That's all you can do.
Well, I will tell you this: we played on a fast valley last night, so that could be throwing her off because obviously these pockets aren't as forgiving as those were.
What'd you play last night?
We played at the Silver Rail last night.
Oh, that's right. Did uh what was the action?
Oh well, it was Danny Martino and Nick Sherrill on table one,
That's right. Yeah.
and then she played Sean Pavone on the other table. Uh, Nick played poorly, so Danny won, and then Rhannee actually won that match, and
Mhm.
he was giving her 4 to 15. Um, and I thought it was going to go the other way. I thought maybe Nick would have won, and then she was going to lose. I mean, preferably because I bet more on the other
You
game.
know, and here's kind of another thing that factors into it. Um the spot does a couple things. One, um it's supposed to even the game out if the spot's negotiated correctly. And so that, there's that piece of it. But the spot is such a big mental piece to the set, no matter how the set goes. So if I'm giving 5 games and my opponent wins the first 2 or 3, well, goes without saying that spot just become a 7 or 8 game spot, and it weighs on you. But it goes the other way just as much. You gave 5 games. As the giver of 5 games, there's a certain point in the match that I just want to make sure that I've made that spot up by. And the second you made it up, providing it's within the right range, you feel like a heavy favorite in a match. Doesn't mean that you are, but it's what you feel like. Now, if I make up 2 or 3 games right away, the rule book says you're in trouble.
Oh my goodness. She's gonna have to. I mean, in a bad spot. That 8 is just begging to go with a quarter of a turn.
Oh, yeah. That's a good spot for that bank shot. A little higher wouldn't hurt, but um, you can definitely get too high on it. Just float this in pocket speed. Okay. I'll take the miss from there. Now, from Jake's standpoint, I'm gonna either play the 15 or the 12 15, or that's the 13, but the 12-13 combination, just to take me off the rail a little bit. I wonder when I would not have went after it that aggressively. He's going to play a quick safety here, but because I would have looked at the 15 to what I could do for it, and here, unfortunately, he's still leaving that pocket open to kick at. Now, the 4 sits funny in the pocket, so the chance of a make is really low here, and even more the chance of shape on the 8. Well, I want to see that one again because I was messing with my computer, but she must have got into that pretty well. I could tell with the way the balls were rolling afterwards that the speed was good because she had to create some separation. So good for her. That makes us 7-3. So 7-3. Rhannee at the table to break. I mean, again, she picks up another one here. Not a bad lead. She
Get
happens
out
to
of
pick up
there.
2 more. We got a match. Don't want to cough up the cue ball, but she didn't quite hit it square. Let the cue ball drift down table, and then it got kicked in. All right, Mike. Hey, I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
All right, anything exciting happen?
Oh, I'm just debating people. I believe it's 7-4 actually.
Nice. We debating live chat, Facebook, or what?
No, just private stuff.
Or
It's
text? Okay. Well, we don't care about that. I mean, we do, but nothing that you're going to talk about because it's private. So, um, yeah, I mean, well, last I was here, I just kind of mentioned, if
one game by
Rhannee
a
can work
game.
her way, yeah, one game at a time. I mean, the old cliche. Um, but here she is, great chance to make it 7-5, and I mean, 7-5 is a ball game. She might not like this little angle she's got here. I like spinning over and staying below the 10. She liked coming over to the 11. Nothing wrong with that. Just roll up, make your ball.
Well, I will
She
tell you
speared.
this: she seems a lot more focused right
She
now. At
a lot
this
more
moment,
comfortable.
right now, she seems a lot more
Mm-hmm.
focused. I mean, I
I
don't know how to find that. I don't know how to define it, but you can
Sure.
see it.
Well, 2, 3 games ago, she does not make that 11 ball. 3, 4 games ago, I'll say. She's just not gonna make it. But, um, she speared it. She's just slightly off angle here, and I hope she's not looking at it too long. Oh,
Mm.
yeah, just trying to hold that ball, and you could have just taken what the angle gave you and came out. I mean, you could have come back. You could have come out to the middle of the table. I get it. You didn't land exactly where you wanted to, and is Jake gonna get in trouble there? No. That was a big game.
Yeah, I agree.
Still got a lot of time left, but you know that you were driver's seat there.
You gotta see this shit. It's getting nuts. That's me.
Okay, yeah.
Don't say anything out loud.
Hmm. A nice ball there. Really, I think she. I don't know. It kind of seemed from her reaction she was going to stay on the other side of the nine, and at least how I saw it, I thought she landed really a lot better than she could have. Um, don't hit it, and she rolled out great. Nice out. 8-5. I tell you what, that shows some heart there because you know you really feel like you coughed one up last game, and she stayed aggressive there, made some real nice shots, and worked her way to 8-5. You know, and a few minutes ago we saw Jake up 7-1. You know, he's not just going to roll over and hold still. So, um, but that's where this comeback is so important in the middle of the set versus trying to hold, you know, bring it towards the end. So at this point at 8-5, I mean, you're 4 out of the last 5 game winner. You've completely flipped the tide on the set, and now you just got to try to hold that dominance. Take a look at that break again, but earlier looked like she was. Yeah, earlier it looked like she was hitting head ball, and I mean, I thought she was having a pretty good result. Maybe I missed it, but she moved second ball there and just didn't get into the cue ball enough to prevent that scratch in the top left. And if you're Jake, what you want to do here is just stop the bleeding as soon as you can. Left himself jacked up, and just the degree of difficulty changed, and couldn't come away with the make there. But that 6 ball can make things a little bit funny. Obviously, the 7s are tied up on the 12. She's gonna play the 4 there, and if she can come back on top, you can catch short side of the 7 pretty easily. Yeah, not a bad shot there at all. And earlier, the way the Rhannee was struggling a little bit, I wouldn't have ball in hand there. Yeah, good call. I wouldn't have put her on getting out from here at this point, but now the way she's hitting the ball again, I absolutely would. So you really want to make sure that if you're Jake, you get a clean hit there, hopefully a little bit of a roll, but unfortunately, he didn't catch enough of the 14 and tied things up. Now here, I mean, she's going to the side of the 8 ball a little bit. I play a little tougher angle to make sure that I'm not jacked up over that 8 at all, especially with ball in hand. I mean, there's times ball in hand that you've got to leave yourself up over a ball, but I don't think that was one of them. Make your life a little easier is all I'm thinking. Now, she might want to change her thinking. She was playing to the 2, but I think I'd move to the 3 from here. Good shot. Yeah, I'm a fan of just taking another second or so on that. I mean, really make sure you're dialed in, and she got up there after it confidently, but unfortunately wasn't able to knock it down. This is tricky because the way everything's going to run, but that's what he was trying to make sure of, and didn't make the ball in the process. She is kind of that down on fire player. And you see a lot of younger players anymore that's real close to what they're doing. I mean, when you go down onto the ball, you're supposed to be lined up on making it. And so there are those people that just take that one stroke and then hit. Kind of surprised that he drew out of that ball that way, but used the whole table and landed perfect. little fat going into the pocket, but I only say that because there've been a ball or two missed here and there. It's a good thing he pasted, or else that would not have dropped. Well, I think the score is 9-5 now. Mike stepped away so he doesn't have the board up, but he's going to come into that 9 and separate those. I like that. Rhannee's not in bad shape here either. I mean, she can. Okay. I don't hate going after that bank right there. I would have played from the 3 to the 7 to the 4, but she landed good on the 4. It's a playable ball. She went at it with pocket speed. And you hang it up, you're in good shape. You make it, you're in great shape. You got to focus on the make from there. Bared down and he just split it. Nice shot. Work his way around the table a little bit now, and unfortunately, about the only path that I see is you're going to break. Oh, you're going to turn the table over to Rhannee is what you're going to do. But from where he was, I think he's not going to have much of a choice other than trying to break the 8 out on his last shot. Yeah, I was going to. You pushing it right over to your other ball. I mean, you had to go at it first. Nothing wrong with that. I think I liked it more with the 15 and just the speed to separate them because you don't want to push the 4 over. And then I think you could have played the 13. Gonna bump that 7. Get a little separation or not? No. That would have made all the difference in the world. That's nice shot there. I think she's got room. And Jake hit that. I had to go back and watch it. Jake hit that 15 so thin. I was trying to figure out what happened. I didn't quite catch it in real time, but he hit it so thin that he just went into the point and bounced back up. But Rhannee hit that breakout nice. Just good movement, good separation. So I believe we are 9-6. Just got asked in the chat room about the score, and Mike must be moving throughout the room somewhere, and I am sitting at home, and I cannot fix the score. So yeah, looking at the coins are right there. You can see it's 9-6. Probably hard to see if you're watching it on your phone. But Rhannee was down 7-1. She's clawed back to 9-6. In my opinion, from here, still anyone's match. You got to like Jake as a favorite from here a little bit, but nothing like what you did in the beginning. She got into the break a little bit better. Jake sizing up that 12 ball. If it goes, I don't see the point in taking it on now. Right. So it must go. And if it goes, it rolls into the 2, and he's just got to make sure that he doesn't go through the ball too much and catch the low side or the high side of the 2. Yeah, I mean, looking at the way he's got it, I'd say it went, and he just was a little careful with it, hit it thin. Yeah, he missed the 4 by a good half an inch. I'd say that path changed enough. Expect Rhannee to, as much as I've been talking about offense, I would duck here. I duck with the 7 ball just because I don't want to sell out. So I'm going to send the cue ball down to the end rail and spin over, but she must have done well enough. So she got Jake on a reach, or he just didn't quite execute how I wanted to, but ball and hand foul there. Yeah, it looked like that 4 was just on top of the 15 too much, that was asking a lot, but she may have gotten a bit of a roll from it. There's a nice ball. Good hit on the 2 to get over, and above the 4 to come back for the 8. Not bad, under hit it just a little, but little angle's not going to hurt it here at all. Ah, well, I was hoping. Yeah, I mean, what I said holds true, though. I mean, a lot of people don't want to end up straight in on that ball. So, the fact of the under hit leaves that little bit of angle, makes it real playable. Um, just unfortunately hit the ball a little thick. All right. That's, and you go back and forth, and I mean, I can tell you earlier, Jake missed an 8 ball that was real big, and that kind of that was the one game that Rhannee won early. Um, but there have been 2 games since that time that really should have went to Rhannee, and right there's the difference in a set. You take just those 2 games, and I know there's times that Jake's made mistakes and hasn't landed on things the way he's wanted to. Um, but you look at, one especially getting to the 8 ball. Rhannee's going to want that one back for sure. And there was another game earlier, and I don't remember exactly how it played out, but kind of the same situation. She had definitely the dominant side of the table and should have come away with the win. And that right there makes it 8-8. But we got a little bit of a cluster this game. A lot more of a cluster now because we're not even going to see Jake work towards anything. Yeah. This isn't a bad roll from where she ended up here. You get just below that 12. Ooh, just those misses. And skill level for both of them, you're going to see it. But she was in great shape, especially with that combination to have a lot of room to move that. Was it the 10-11 there? I think Jake's probably, he might be trying to make it, or yeah, he was trying to make both. I was say you can either make it or you can try to roll up tight on that 11. Um, I know she's looking right now. Yeah, she was looking at the right side pocket. I'm gonna look at the left because I'm a little further away, and yeah, that's the shot right there. Not easy. Yep, off the four is where she was trying to go. Good leave from it too, though. I say that looks like a scratch shot from my seat. Yeah, she really did leave him in a tough spot. The kick on the five's not open. I think he did well just beating the scratch. He stroked through it okay. She's going to try to play that four, but unfortunately, she's still going to leave the path to the 5-3 is going to be open. And yeah, not being able to not knock it down hurts because now you're just free at this three ball. But with it being that close to the rail and making sure that you know it's also off pocket a little bit, a little challenging to chunk into it, I can see how he missed it. He needs to just say thank you for not scratching and move on. I I mean, you don't have much of a choice. You got to try to swing at something. Not a bad ball there at all. Just you're leaving up exactly what she's going to do to him. I think she's just making sure that the 11's not going to come back into the 3 and avoid scratching and everything else. She did get a little careful with it. Might have even left him the edge of the 3, but I don't think that it's makeable, even if he does have the edge. So he's just, is he tying the 8 up here? Okay. You know, you try something because I don't see the path there, but unfortunately you're giving up ball in hand. That's the first ball she's going to shoot. I'm going offense from here to try to work my way through it. But if she doesn't like it, all she has to do is hit that 10 fat and then come back across. And I'm not real sure how I can't even tell if it's the 10 or the 12. But now what I don't like there is she called safe and made it. I don't want to take my balls off the table. So I don't have any issue with the safety call. I would have bumped the ball into the middle of the table. And then there, you know, again, safety's fine. I still want to play Jake to I want to play my cue ball to the other side. I don't want to let Jake get on the 3 ball on that left side at all. And he made a nice shot there. Put her in a little bit of a bad spot and opened up his 3. And she did well. Well, Jake's got the crazy side pocket bank if you want to try that. He can try the bank in the top right. I'm sorry, I say top right, but the bottom right. Off the rail, off the 8 ball. He's gonna. Okay. I don't know. I I get what he's doing. I I don't know. He might not. He might have been trying to thin that three. He was just shooting it so hard. I'm a little confused. So let's assume he was trying to hit the three because I don't understand giving my opponent ball in hand. Not the easiest shot in the world. She came with it nicely. And after the marathon game, we're 10-7. All right. Well, still tons of credit to Rhannee here. Excuse me. Um, Down huge the first half of the set. I mean, we were 7-1, and she's still right in this. 10-7, 10-8, 10-7. I was counting the coins. Sorry about that. Nice looking spread here. Cue ball down table a little bit, so not a great opening for your first shot, but she's able to move the 5 in. A little bit of a tough roll there. That's a hard one to see. I mean, she's playing it right into the 7, and you're almost using that as a stopgap, and unfortunately, it just follows right on that transit line into the pocket. And at this point, Jake agrees with Rhannee that solids were the way to go, and he's got to work that 3 ball out. Hopefully not tie up here with the 8. Have to come with a shot on the 3. Both the ball and the cue ball, but basically back and forth and bring the cue ball out above the 10. Not too bad. Overrolled it just a little bit, but he can work it out here. I think if he hits it pure, it's going to slide past. Yep. Slide past the 8. Unfortunately, it doesn't clear him from the 14. So what he's got to do here is just get that good clean hit on it and create the separation and a little bit of an angle. Yeah, that last little wobble on the 8 going back to the right too, just enough to make it a little more challenging. A nice shot there. I think they've both done a pretty decent job of answering each other. I mean, Rhannee had the one that she gave away earlier. She got, or no, either she gave away or Jake came with a good out, but she got right back up, did the same thing. And there you got one where Jake's not willing to let the gap close anymore. I mean, she's had it to 3, I think, twice now. And each time Jake's answered to get that lead back to 4. And nice job of staying on top of the solids there. Now he's just a little bit of a hold. A little more angle than he wants this close. He's going to have to, yeah, he did pretty well coming up to that corner because I thought he was going to have to come all the way and back. But going to that rail and letting the corner come into play is a nice shot. Nice out. Not a bad break there at all. Playing out of the pocket's tough. He got a little bit fortunate. He popped off the rail like that and come back out without scratching or letting things get away from him too much. He's trying to drift over for the one there. Come up a little short. He's just gonna. Oh, he's change of plan. Go to the 5. I like it. Yeah, I think he's kind of shot himself. Unless he's got the 7. If he's got the 7 now, he's in good shape. Almost in good shape. Yeah, he had to come back for that. Good hit.
I'm here. I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I still got to book a room for my next week's event. And they're having that crazy ass, or whatever, the Mountaineers football is like the same time. So all the rooms are crazy expensive. So I got to find like something on the outskirts. Otherwise, it's like 300 a night. I mean, I'm not doing that.
Mike, you know you're mic'd up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Talking to you. I'm
Oh,
bitching
I
about you.
missed it. What was the first thing you said? I was double dipping into reading comments, and then I didn't catch. What was the first thing?
I'm trying to book a room for next week, but like they're having
Oh,
the football game the same time in the same town.
oh shit.
So it's really tough to find a good rate.
People don't understand
That's
how much
but
that stuff affects hotel rates and supply and demand and just
oh, it's
how
flipping me out.
much they swing. I'll tell you
Yeah,
at our place, because we've got our sleepless tournament next week, right? So this weekend um you can book a room there for about half the price you can next weekend. And it's just, they're going to be sold out next week. So rooms are at a premium and they're not
yeah.
going to be sold out this week. So come on, we need some money.
Renee's getting frustrated.
Yeah, Jake just came with
Breaking
a
run.
real nice, yeah. And that's going to make it easier. Okay. He nudged just a little further. I knew it was going to separate it, but I thought he was going to land to where he was going to be able to dink it in. This might play in. I think it does. No, he hit it pretty thick. That was a tough shot. I thought he could get it to move over and maybe come off the 12 and then in.
Good shot. Good shot. I mean, I'll talk to her about this match, but I mean, even from what I've watched, she'd at least three extremely like 95% to win, supposed to win the games.
Yeah, I mean, when the score was 10-6, and look, we're all going to do this. I do this when I play. It's not a knock on her. It's just the way the sets played out. But at 10-6, there were two defining games that she absolutely should have won both of them. Now, if I went back through and I watched the broadcast again, it's going to flip flop and back and forth between both of them to where there were mistakes that were made and games should have played out differently. But two defining mistakes where Rhannee should have won, that makes the score 8-8. But why you can't go with that revisionist history that often is because how the game plays out differently next. Your breaker's different, your confidence level's different. So it's real easy to say I should have won this, I should have won that. I do it, everybody does it,
I do it too.
but
I mean,
it's not completely accurate.
I like what she's doing here instead of just plopping down on the ball, even though, I mean, I think she's 95% to make it, but
Yeah, and I'm seeing her pre-shot routine and it's the same the whole time, so that's good. But um, the still the examining the table and all those types of things.
all right, let's go. Nice little, she handled them balls pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything's in the open.
I mean, look, I think all things considered, a little bit back and forth, that this game's not too out of line. I mean, she's gonna win some sets. I think he's gonna win some sets. I think watching it, I do. I like Jake a little bit for it, but um, she's not playing well. Jake's playing solid. He's not playing his best. He's definitely not playing bad for him.
Yeah, I appreciate the compliments on Steve's commentary and stuff. I agree. Nothing.
Yeah, thanks. I just sit here and babble. And the table's breaking pretty well for both of them. I mean, you see the 10 just a little bit off there. I mean, second ball, it's a little bit harder to predict what ball you're going to make every time, but she's got a good spread. She's hitting them right because they're not clustering all to the right side, um, and Jake's been breaking pretty well. Uh, they've both broke dry a couple of times. Um, I'm not sure I can remember Jake scratching. I know I remembered Rhannee doing it once, but for their skill level, I think they're breaking great. Yeah, it's a tough shot from there. Um, I actually think from there the only way you're going to hold shape is if you play that ball up or in the bottom right, our bottom right. Because think about the make. I mean, he hit that ball to the heavy point on our side, so if he makes it, he hits it even thinner. The cue ball runs even more on him. He really didn't have a chance to get on that 9 ball. Now back to Rhannee from here. She's got a chance. She's got to navigate that 7-3 cluster there. There's a couple ways to do it. I mean, if you get below it, they all go. Um, they all go in our bottom left. She can try to move them. I don't like moving them because you're gonna push. All you're gonna do is push it over towards a 15. Yeah, just like that. playing the 3-ball first? Okay. I don't know if she's playing the 3-ball first because she's not sure of what will happen with contact, or if maybe the 7 didn't go by the 9. I mean, the position was obvious. If you make the 3, you're going to roll right out, and she'd have been in that general area for the 7 ball. The only thing you'd have to do is worry about getting hooked by the 8. Playing the 7 in the bottom left was tougher because you were gonna push your way into the 3, but man, that 3 ball was a hell of a cut. I'm not sure that he got there. I don't think he did. Now here he's just got to get to the middle of the table. That's going to come back too far. Or not far enough depending on where he was going, but yeah, he's stuck. And make sure you don't double tap yourself into the corner pocket.
He almost
He
did.
almost did there.
Yeah, he almost did.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I'm too frustrated. Can't get over how frustrated.
You're not taking your time
It,
tonight.
I heard her, and it's a hell of a thing to be able to admit that out loud, and people will tell you one way or the other whether or not you should be saying that. Um, you definitely don't like hearing it if you've got money in it on or whatever, but it's the truth. I mean, um, talk about myself. That last time I played Mackie, there'd be times where I finally got to the open, and I just couldn't work it out, and it was just as much frustration later as it was being off in the beginning. Um, but whatever it is for you to fix it, you've got to find a way to do it. And the bummer about it is, I would say that she had. I mean, when you look at the score, aside from the beginning when it was a track meet. I mean, Jake was just robbing her in the beginning. You don't know how else to say it. Um, since then, she's had every chance in the world. She's proved that she's supposed to be in the game, and that big run she had where she run 4 out of 5 games, that should have been enough to snap her out of it. And it's a shame. Now none of us can change how we feel while we're playing. I mean, or it's not easy to change how you feel, and I'm not there to say what's going on, or what exactly has frustrated her so far. But man, she definitely put enough games to get back into it to kind of lose that, and to light a little fire in her belly to come away with the win, actually. But then, you know, what I see is, once she got past that, then a couple of the same mistakes popped up, and it just looked like it just frustrated her all the way over again, just as much. Whereas it shouldn't have got to her as much. That's my long stuttery explanation. Now here I pretty much stop, and I'm just going to play that 12 right into the pocket. And I'm not going to try to make it. I'm just going to let it sit there. That works. Would have liked it to sit in the pocket so I could use it for the breakout later, but nothing wrong with that.
I don't want to say anything. Nice shot. Well, it should be like a dead even game with how many games she's giving away, honestly.
Yeah, right in there. I agree. I agree.
This is where I say you want to bet another 100 and go race to 21.
That's terrible math.
Then she might have time to start playing good.
You better put up more than 100.
Well, originally Jake wanted to play to 21, but Rhannee doesn't have the attention span for it, regardless,
Is that what it is?
more or less.
I
Just
mean, nothing wrong with that. Like, I
yeah.
mean, I will say I will play a race to 15, and like, if I have one semi worked out in Sandusky for exactly that, but it's way more about how long the set's going to take and when we would be starting and me being old and having a bedtime. Um, then I'd rather be playing a longer one. Um, the longer the set is, the better I get. And that's not always true, right? I mean, I miss, I lose, I've showed my ass before, but I feel a lot better about a race to 30 than I do in a race to 15. Alls I know is I am flat out for sure that a race to 30 bar table 8 ball is my favorite race. I don't even really like shorting it to 25.
Well, if you don't feel like playing that, I got a guy down in Tennessee about to play a race to 109 ball.
Wow.
Like this weekend, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna play a race to 100. Do you want any
Are
of it?"
they
I'm like, "Dude, I mean, are you the favorite? Because you're definitely gonna know by the end of the day. I mean, what the
Yeah,
hell?"
right. Are they doing it over the course of 2 days with planned
No, I
stops or
think they're just running straight through.
running 100? I will say I can endure the race to 30. I could endure a race to 50 for 9 ball, but I could not endure a race to 100. I don't even have any problem saying it. And, you know, um, I'm not using anything to keep me up or more alert.
I mean, it's just a
So
long set.
count me out on that one. It is. Um, I mean, you could easily. I put it this way: race to 5 bar table
12,
8 ball. You,
16 hours. Probably
yeah, I mean,
it could be.
45 minutes for a race to 5 for 8 ball is about what you should plan. So, however many 20, 45 minutes are. So 20 times 0.75, I think.
Safe off the 4. I ain't safe. That's ball in hand. Well, at least those balls are separated a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Jake will have to work to get to the 15 a little bit.
All right, if my math is right, 15 hours
Oh, for a race to 100.
on a bar table.
Well, Kevin Ping and this guy Lee Sipes did a race to 100, and it was about, well, they did a race to 50, and it was an hour per set of 10 games, and that was pretty fast. I thought they ran that pretty quick, but they
Yeah,
did
that's,
the
I mean, that's and the 45 minutes on the bar table is quick, right? I mean, really, I should say an hour. So you figure an hour for a race to 5, but then you have to ask questions like, okay, do the players smoke? How are you going to handle breaks? You really got to get into
I
those
think it took
questions.
them about
And
12 hours when they did their race to 100.
well, I'd have to look at that one because I know what set you're talking about, and the amount of breaks that those two fuckers took during that set was high. That was the one they did at Rail Yard, right?
Uh, no, that's not what I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
Well, there's one they
Lee
took at Rail Yard,
Sipes.
and they they clocked some break time.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, look, I don't care, dude. That ain't my money. I'm not the player. You do that however you want. It just doesn't make for the most entertaining to watch. And that's not my responsibility. As the player, I am not playing for you to have fun watching me win or lose. That's a bummer there. You got to look at that, and he didn't fully commit to hitting it. Hit it just a little harder, and it's going to go through the ball a little bit more, and he could have avoided the scratch, I think. Yeah, seeing we're back to that 3-game split again, and I mean, at this point, now you are thinking you got to keep them stuck on games. Where before, I win 2, you win 1, great, let's do that. But at this point in time, I do not want my opponent on the hill. I want to win at least the next 2, if not 3, before I even consider it being okay for them to be on the hill. Truth be told, I'd rather just win the next 5. A little bit of work to do here. I would have liked to have seen that angle like, on the 5 ball because 4 ball was tough from there. Also real tough to hold shape. But if you play that 5 ball and let it drift down to the end rail, come back up, you'll end up steeper on the 4, making it easier and easier to hold for short side on the 3-6. So I think the 5 was the shot, but it definitely came with a degree of difficulty. Jake staying short side for this 10 ball here. Kind of 50-yard line, but I'm gonna walk back around and I'm gonna play that 11, and that's kind of the reason.
I would have played the 11.
Now you kind of you get stuck because the 13 was his original plan, and it's okay. I'll just play that in the corner now, and that's okay. Where the 11, technically the 13, the pocket's supposed to be bigger because you can play it into the rail, but um, with that English, it just wasn't going to carry in. She got a little nudge, but unfriendly position. I tell you, even stuck in the pocket like that's not bad, but
Yeah, good
um,
try. Good
I
try.
like the idea, and she can actually do now what she was trying to do. But I hope
Actually, I think that's the best shot on the table. Some people might bank this ball, but I think you're supposed to bank the 13 and just feather the 6.
I don't know that I want to feather the 6 because yeah, it's gonna leak. If I would have played safe there, it would have been, I think, the combo. But then I got to be sure that I can put the cue ball on the other side. But um, she still left him tough though. I mean, you even clear, you can't be mad about, yeah, you can't be mad about what she left him. And she's got a chance, right? Right here. This is 100% supposed to be her game. Not only is it 4 balls and nothing touching a rail, but it's very favorable start position. It just takes execution. Nice job staying off the rail. A little bit of a lengthy shot, but clear to the bucket.
Mm. She stayed
She
down. She just
decelerated
kind.
through that. Like, yeah, she
Yeah.
she really decelerated through her hit there. I don't. I'm not one of those people that has to fire that ball in. But she just did not stroke through it, and unfortunately caused the miss.
No, I mean she got away with it, but like,
She did.
do you think she was playing it two-way? You know what I mean? Like you're playing the cue ball just in case
I
I
don't
miss.
know. No, I don't.
Like
I don't. I don't think so at all. I just think she was just purposely trying to roll it in, and that's okay. Um, but I still think she didn't hit through her cue ball, and just kind of as her final stroke, even though it's the one that she does. But as her stroke that she's going to make contact with the cue ball, she just let up at the point of impact and wasn't a true pendulum all the way through it. Okay, so I like the change in break there. But I think she came up dry. Anybody out there listening, sorry about that. A little bit distracted with my phone from time to time. Still got some work stuff that I'm answering. So I kind of tend to bury my head down into that and lose track of where we are here, but I know Rhannee broke dry. But here we are after a Jake miss, and she's got a real chance to make the set exciting. And that's the thing. She's talking earlier about being frustrated, but what she's got to realize is, how much heat she puts on Jake by keeping this set close and, potentially tying it up after this. So let's say she's going to get out here to make it 13-12. She's in great position to do that. Good cue ball. Split the wicks for it. Okay, so we're 13-12. At no point in this set has Jake been tied or losing, with the exception of 0-0. So he's led the entire time since then. So here we are at crunch time, and it's 13-12, her break. She only has to win this to tie up. I mean, easy math, I know. But tie up to 13-13. So does Jake rise or fall from that point?
Good point. Or, or rather, even her. You know what I mean?
Right?
So
Right, you did all the work emotionally to get back, and it's just as easily to kind of relax a little bit, and you feel that kind of pressure come off of you, or the intensity, whatever you want to call it. And it's easy to kind of just exactly that, relax and let up a little bit. So yeah, good point.
Cremate.
Yeah, you hit it good, girl. You hit it good.
She hit it
She's like,
real nice.
she's
I
like,
mean, pops the cue ball.
I mean, she used the word I cremated it.
Yep, she got to make an adjustment. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want you to tell her because that wouldn't be fair. But
Yeah.
there's a little adjustment she can make that would help. But she hits the rack real well. I mean, good speed, pops the cue ball. And it's hard to say that Jake feels the heat on missing a three ball combination, right? I mean,
What's up, bud?
Nothing. How are you?
but
Oh, I'm all right.
look what we
Just
got here.
doing
She's
chores.
got to clear the
Yeah.
12 ball, and she's got to get to the short side of the 13. And she's got a real chance to do both. I don't know that I like shooting the 12 now. Not where she was. That if the 10 goes past the 4, sure. Yeah. Okay, so she's going to play the 15 in the bottom left. I don't know if she was trying to channel her inner John Mackey and clearing the 5. The problem with shooting it off the 5 there is even with making it at the pace she hit it, all it was going to do was bump back up in the way. And again, a tester for Jake, without question. That was not an easy shot, but when you see how far off he missed, so is he feeling a little heat here? He's a dime and a half off on a ball that he tried to roll in. Meanwhile, Rhannee shoots that in nice and straight. Oh, I don't know. I want to see that angle again. Yeah, she's too steep. I would like to try to keep my foot on the gas. Gonna get a scratch there. Yep. And look how quickly it turned. You got to be a little bit careful. I mean, it's hard to see that scratch, but the 8 is right there. Got a little fortune back though. He's playing with something else. He could. I don't know about. I don't know about that. I mean, the combination plays right here, and she's going the other way. That's tougher. Jake, as you watch these games, you catch up on little things, and I mean, he's at the point where he's a little frustrated now. He's got his hat off. Now, if he can cross this 3 ball and wedge him on the 2, or he's just going to use the 2 and the 8. I don't want to move the 2 because I could free up the 15 there, but he did well with it. Yeah, I can't blame the effort there at all. Good solid hit. Now I'm working my way to the 5 ball as early as I can. I want to get to the 5 and move the 6. And I want balls down table to shoot at if I don't get the 6 where I want it. So nothing wrong with trying to get there from here, but I think he's got to be careful trying to spin down below it. Very nice shot. Now from here, I think you go into this pretty full, and I think the 6 hits the end rail and pops back out towards the middle of the table. A little bit long, a little bit towards the 8. It's really hard me watching these on Zoom. So obviously I was completely wrong with my contact points there because he hit it nice and clean. And we
Wow, let's go, girl. I mean,
are back to that potential of 13-13.
I thought he was gonna make the 8.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Good shot. Let's race to 2, kids. All right. I guarantee that's a game that Jake wants back. He got fortunate after she missed ball in hand there and really should have had control of the entire game. Now, you heard how I called that bumping that 6 ball down, and um, what you do there is, if there's any doubt of your contact point, you know, I'm going to use the word throw, or it's commonly referred to as stun. Stun the cue ball into the 6, and instead of using running English, because with that little bit of stun, you're going to control it, and it's going to sit a little heavier on that ball, and you still had the 7 down there, or you could have played the 6 potentially. Very easy Monday morning quarterback, because I'm the one that sat here and said I think I would roll right into it. That's me sitting below the balls. Jake had the view of being right there. But now that we're 13-13, does the tide stay with Rhannee, or can Jake figure out a way to get one back?
Not at all what you expect from a 6-1 start, right?
Absolutely not. 7-1 even.
And to me, like, as we can see throughout the set, she actually has missed a lot of opportunities. So it's kind of weird. It's just crazy how pool is. Like, people that watch
Oh
pool,
yeah. I mean, look, I've run some nail biters, and when I look back at my long sets that I've played, I can't tell you how many of them have gone uh within 2 games or hill. Um, most of them have been very, very competitive. A few examples where I've won big, a few examples where I've lost big. But most of them really competitive, and they've just got their ebbs and flows, and just is just how it plays out. So, I count myself as a player that plays, within my means pretty well down the stretch, and that so it's I don't want to say it's my comfort zone, because I'm a lot happier winning by 10, but has someone that's um ran a couple of sets that have went real close like this, there's a point of no return, right? I mean, there just is. And I got to tell you, 7-1 in a race to 15, it's not, but it's as close as you can get. And I commented when it was that point. I'm like, look, she's not out of it, because it is still technically early. You start winning games at a decent clip, and you can make just chunks. You're not going to make it back all at once. And as it turns out, she doesn't make it up until it's 13-13. But you know what? That's just in time, right? Does she come with this out here? And holy shit,
Nice shot.
what a shot, right? Now, shooting free here to go to the hill.
Wow,
And
way to
drains it
go. Way to go. Proud of you.
from a dry break. Her best rack of the match.
You know, it's crazy. If she happens to win this, I still like, how do I go about saying, there was a couple games there where like you just took a silly pill and just swallowed it whole and you're supposed to win the game and you just don't. But
So I mean,
do you know what I'm saying? Like,
early when I started playing matches that were streamed, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. And then when I really started playing with any regularity on a stream was during COVID because we were all jonesing for something, and I've played in tournaments that you've streamed before that and after that, and but with any regularity was first with COVID, and then I started with Cody and I started the Ghost Pool tournaments page, and one of the reasons I started that was to play on a stream to the point where I would play and forget it was there because that's what I want to do. I want to forget that it's there and then go back and watch. And I have went back and watched every match I've ever played in, win or lose. Um,
definitely
I
something that
throw up,
she
yeah, I
does.
throw up in
She
my mouth
does
a little
too.
bit at my
Yeah.
fundamentals.
Right.
Um, I Monday morning quarterback my decisions, just like I sit here and do while I'm doing commentary. Sometimes I say, "Man, nice shot," and sometimes I say, "Jesus, you dog." Jake's come with that 10 ball. And he can
That's a
move
good
over
shot.
here.
That was a good
He's a
shot.
little below the 11 because he wants to hold for this 12 net, or I'm sorry for that 14 next, but the 15's playable. But right here he can go into the 4 or into the 8 and free that ball up. But it's just you don't want to run the 14. So he might try to miss it completely because
Mm.
yeah. Well, it's tough to come at it from the backside because the only way that you're going to get good is if you hit it perfect. If he split those two balls and bumped both of them, he was going to land fine. But he had to split both of those balls. So now I like what he did there. You try to tie things up a little bit.
Mm.
We see a mistake, but she also landed fine. She's got that 5 in the side. She's going to play safe.
Ball in.
Oh
She
yeah.
tapped it.
I got to tell you, and she's a very conservative player when it comes to playing safe, and you know I definitely land that way myself. Um, you were risk free to play that 5 ball, right? The 14 doesn't play with where you were going to leave it. The 15 didn't play, so why not shoot the 5 and see how you land on the 2? Because then you have all the balls down table to play safe with. Well, here you're giving up ball in hand. Now, obviously, that wasn't her intention, but you're giving up the one way that he can win this game. And if he rolls down there good enough, and he's actually, I mean, he's got to miss the 7 here. You got to miss the 1 and the 7. But if he can miss the 1 and the 7, he's going to come around 3 rails and play that 8 in the side. I do think it's tricky to miss the 1.
Yeah, you were right. You called it
Yeah.
exactly.
I think he had to elevate to do that. And a few things can still happen here, but I think we might see Rhannee win this set. The other piece we haven't talked about a lot is, how you play with the lead. And, do you get a little careless? Do you get a little carefree? Do you get a little aggressive? Do you get a little conservative? It takes the right mix of everything to work
Mm.
that out. Um,
All right, here we go. You got a
I
great
mean, she's
chance for
still a
glory.
heavy, heavy favorite to get out from here. You got to come with this three ball. I don't like shooting the two first
I don't
because you
either.
can end up right back at in not the greatest spot. So just come with the three, make the three. Or is she shooting?
She's playing it safe.
Okay, no, she called. Wow.
She called safe, actually.
Yeah, I mean, uh, I know I sigh. I try not to sigh because you got to play within your comfort zone, right? How bad does it taste if he kicks this in, or because like there's a path to kick it in. He can go short rail and he can go right to that and kick that right in. I can't believe like that. To me, this is not a jump shot, but the only way I'm jumping that ball is if I am 100% that I am going to make contact. He's elevated over the seven like that, and the other piece of it is at about that first diamond with a little bit of left. I think that kick was pretty dead. Like he's a favorite to make it or leave her real long. Oh, first half jitters.
Wow. Rhannee,
The
you need to
problem is that
you need to
she
chalk.
she can, short of dumping the cue ball in the
You're
drink,
sick.
anything she does
She's
is
laughing now.
protected.
She's
You
giggling.
know, is he? I think he's coming back to put that. I gotta tell you, that's not awful.
She's got to make the seven here. She has to. That ball can't be hidden
Well, not only
anywhere.
that, she's got to land good on the four. That's not as easy.
Nope.
And there's the one time where I almost think she should have played safe, and you can't with that eight ball in front of the pocket. But and so many of those things are just so telling on how the next set's going to play. I mean,
What'd you say?
um, Jake shit the
Yeah,
bed.
you are
Jake will
hill.
tell you he shit the bed,
Play it out,
but
I
Rhannee
guess.
couldn't close it out. So here we are, hill hill.
I mean, we could say win by two, but we got to be out of here like soon.
You guys calling that win by two shit at hill hill. Ah, so bad.
I agree.
If I play it, I promise it's been discussed before we start. Where'd the cue ball go? All right. 4, 5, 4, 5. Dry break. Dry break with some opportunity. Well, I like that because no matter what you want to establish, right? I mean, and don't get me wrong, she has a chance to get out from here, but get that first ball down, establish suit. But she's got a chance to roll over for the two and get good to where she can play the seven. It's going to be a tricky hold to the six.
Yeah, I see it. It's close to the nine.
The flatter she gets on the seven, the better it is. Yeah, it's real tough from there. Here, I think I'd almost play into it. I don't think you can hold it. Correct me about being wrong. She hit that great. That 7 must be off the rail just a little bit, but she really hit that ball well.
This is sick. She can barely see this ball, but she can see it.
What an out.
Wow. Crazy.
What a set. Nice match, guys.
Yeah, wow. Unbelievable. All right, I got to get out of here and go to our next match. I got to call Dumbo and make arrangements, but we're going to go play Justin Dunbar.
Mike, I'll catch up with you in a few minutes.
Yeah, that'll be probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I got to message
All
him, but
right.
it takes an hour to get there from here, period. So, all right.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Steve.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm doing tonight. I might jump back on. I'll let you know. We'll catch up.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Check it out, guys. For only $24.99 a month, you get all the live TV channels and networks you can handle, basic and advanced channels, premium movie channels, all the sports leagues, even wrestling, boxing, and your UFC fights, okay? Do you got a Fire Stick, an Android box, an Apple device, another web platform? We can help you. Let's get streaming. Send me a message and check it out today.
That house? Yes. Get us some tea. We got. It's been in my house for fucking a month. Yeah, happy I could tell. I back out.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, check out my new Jacoby Custom Cue store at tvmikescues.com. Here you'll find all my extensive cue inventory, my unique one-of-one cues, pages and pages of cues to choose from. There's videos I made for each of the cues. You can also buy shafts, brake cues, and other items from Jacoby Custom Cues. Dealers and wholesalers may inquire. Always check this page for my latest inventory. Sign up for my email list. Send me a message. Thanks for the support. tvmikescues.com. Like, I gotta be out of here. Leaks coming in here. It's crazy.
We're gonna move the tape back.
No,
Yeah, but just leave it here.
I mean, I could ask him if he wants to.
I thought that you had. I'm not very happy. There ain't no, there is no reason. Mike, he ran more than one table. If they run racks, I sure will. I got one for 12. If they run racks. No.
All right, guys, here's a new promo of the Let's Get Streaming TV LGS application. Here's all your sections. I'm only going to show you brief tidbits of the sections. You get local channels. You get all your basic and extended channels. You get extra networks. You get Canadian channels. You get all your premium movie channels. You get kids channels. You get all your wrestling, boxing, UFC pay-per-views. You get all your football, all your baseball, NBA, NHL, ESPN, you name it, racing. All these sections, you get music, You also get a full-featured VOD, which I can't really show you in this, but why get a box when you can actually get the service that the box is run on? You can run this on a mobile, you can run this on an iPad, a tablet, a computer, your Fire Stick, an Android box, whatever you want. Hit me up, it's TV Mike. Let's get streaming.